Hi, my name is Beth Cocker. I am a family consultant with Accessibility Medcare. I've been working with AMC for about 5 years now, and my section is I revised it from last year, so I updated it with some new things that I learned, some new resources, and this is going to cover online social skills and best practices for delivering autism waiver services online. So, just some expectations for technicians. Make sure that you clearly communicate with your families ahead of time regarding the times for meeting and how the student can access the platform. Be polite and clear in your communication with families. Make sure you provide all the information, so the links for Google Meet, the time, the login, that kind of thing. Be a few minutes early so you can troubleshoot any technical issues that you may have, and make sure to show up on time and be present. Just because the student might not be able to see you fully, it doesn't mean that you should be distracted by other things such as texting or homework. It's really easy to tell when someone's on Zoom or on Google Meet, but not really there. They're distracted by other things in their house, and your students will pick up on this too. So just make sure that you're present and engaged in the session. You should set up your computer in a quiet space with a plain background if possible. So if you have somewhere in your home that you can go where you can close the door, maybe you have a noise machine you can put outside the door, try to reduce the distractions. Make it clear to other people in your house that you're working. So you shouldn't be interrupted. You shouldn't be running off camera to, talk to people in your house, go walk your dog, right? Make sure that you're working for the set time that you're supposed to be with the student. Dress appropriately, so nothing inappropriate on your shirt, no profanity, obscenities. Make sure you have clothes on. Refrain from engaging in activities you wouldn't otherwise be doing at work, so eating, listening to music, using your phone. So these are some ideas for activities that you can do when you're working online. Show and tell is a great one. You can pick a theme like, hey, we're going to do show and tell. I want you to show me something that is related to sports. And, you have the student show you something and tell a story about it. And then you show something and tell a story about it. You can do story time or read aloud. There are so many free books that are available online through the library, through other online platforms. There's YouTube videos where celebrities will read books and you can screen share and kind of follow along. There's simple online games such as Scattergories. Scattergories has a free online game that you can screen share and you guys can both play. Simple math exercises like this, you can Google, free math worksheets for elementary school or whatever, or free math worksheets edition, and you guys can practice just doing very simple cognitive skills. Same with reading comprehension. There are activities and worksheets that you can look up online. Be creative, look at the treatment plan and think of ways that you can incorporate goals into online sessions. So, depending on what the students' cognitive goals are, right? There might be some things they're working on like money, counting, sorting, and you can just put those into Pinterest or Google, and there's a wealth of activities. And especially since pretty much everyone has transitioned to doing school online, so many teachers have uploaded their materials to be accessible for a virtual learning format. So here are some ones that I've been using this year. Jeopardy Labs is awesome. It's a free Jeopardy website where people have created Jeopardy games on so many different topics. And you can type in a topic like weather, geometry, friendship, SpongeBob, and you can play a Jeopardy game online. This can be fun if you're working with a couple of students at once. And they have so many topics and they're free. So that's a great one to do online. Board Game Arena, that is an online kind of board game website where you can play a bunch of different games. You can play Connect Four, you can play chess. It's a European website, I think, so there's a lot of different European games. This does require a little bit of setup beforehand, so you might need the parents' help to set up the student's account, and then they can add you as a friend, and there's a little bit of a process of starting the game, but once you figure out how to do it, it's really easy. It's just a few simple steps to play board games with your students, and you can be doing that while on Zoom and kind of talking through that. That's a great one. Boom Cards is a great teacher resource. So you can create a free Boom Cards account and utilize a lot of the free decks to play interactive games with your students. So Boom Cards will have matching, sorting activities. They have pretty much same as Jeopardy Labs, right? Every topic, whether it's counting, weather, sight words. And so look at what your students' treatment plan's goals are and see if there's a Boom Card activity that goes along with that. And just some reminders, you know, even though we've been in this pandemic for a year, it's still a new, different situation, and it's a big adjustment to life. And some of our students have really thrived and some of our students have really struggled. And so this is, you know, something that's hard for not only our students, but also for us. And, you know, just be patient, be creative, think outside the box. Be mindful that parents might be monitoring. So, you know, if the student's at home, you don't know where the parent is. They might be sitting right next to the student. They might be off camera. So just be mindful of those things, you know, make sure that you're representing yourself in a professional way that you would, you know, if the parent walked into JIT, you would be doing the same thing as if you were online. Above everything, just be a positive support for your student. Like I said earlier, this is a tough time. It's really challenging. A lot of people just want things to go back to normal. And so, you know, maybe we might see different behaviors, more behaviors, some anxiety, depression, isolation. So, you know, just remember that we're all in this together and just be a positive support for your students. So if you guys come up with any of your own resources, or if there's something that you've been using, please send them my way. I would love to keep adding things. You know, I have to thank Ryan and Jeremiah's team for showing me Board Game Arena. Jeopardy Labs I got from another coworker. Boom Cards, same thing. So if you guys have any resources that you really like online, please feel free to send them to me. And so, you know, I could send out a resource list. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. My email's on the screen. Any feedback that you have about this section, please send it to the address on the screen. And when you're done with this session, make sure you check it off on your training list and make sure that you got to submit your completed checklist to Erica once you're done with all the modules. Hopefully we get to be in person for the next training. But until then, I'll see you guys. Everybody stay safe and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.